I'm Joanne from Nordic Approach and Tropic. We're doing some virtual cuppings these days because we're not able to cup together at the moment. So we thought if we do it this way, it'll feel like we're in our labs with you. So today we'll be cupping Brazils. They're coffees that have just come in stock in our warehouse in Belgium and are available to be shipped out to you. So today we have 6 coffees on the table from Brazil. It's a mixture of some blends and some single lots from single farms and producers that we work with. The idea is that when we buy coffees from Brazil, we look for some bigger volumes that can be at a more reasonable price point, but also give security to the producers we work with, that they can get a good price for those coffees. But we also look for some very special coffees to show you what Brazil can be. So to begin with, we have 3 coffees from different farms in Brazil that show a little bit of what Brazil can be and how exotic and interesting the coffees can be, even though we don't really expect that from Brazil. And on the other end of the table, while one of these is actually still a single farm lot, it's a farm that we work with for bigger volumes. And the other 2 are a concept blend that we created called Familia Garcia, 2 different lots, where we take coffees from within a family who has a number of different farms between the family members, and we create a blend of a certain profile that meets what we would like to see in a good, sweet, delicious tasting, classic Brazilian coffee to get those coffees to you. Okay, let's cup. This coffee, Capixaba, is a really new coffee to us. It's from an area called Espírito Santo, which is not an area we normally buy from in Brazil, but it just so happened that the coffee was cupping really great on the table, so we took a chance, and it's a really small lot, it's just 10 bags. In the cup, it's a really, really complex coffee, a lot of pineapple-like acidity and the sort of purple passion fruit. Another reason to pick it up, just to show people the kind of profiles you can get from Brazil when you look really hard. It's also a pulp natural, which we almost entirely buy natural coffees from Brazil. So in Brazil, most coffees are processed either pulp natural or natural, with very little wash being produced. Natural is when the whole cherry are dried before the cherry is removed from the bean itself. And in this way, a lot of the sugars that are in the fruit are transferred onto the surface of the bean. Pulp natural, on the other hand, is where the pulp or the cherry is removed, while a lot of the sugary mucilage still remains on the outside of the bean. The bean is then dried without the actual fruit around it. This coffee has been one of my favorite producers this year. It is a coffee that's new for us. It's a 2nd year production for this producer, and the coffee is called Fazenda Juquinha, and it's a name that we came up with the producer while we stood visiting him on his farm. So in the cup, you get a lot of winey fruits. It's a natural coffee, of course, but the wininess is really in balance and lots of Yellowstone fruit that's really elegant. This coffee is from Sebastiao. It's a farm that we've been working with for a couple of years now, run by Marcus and Catarina Kim. And the coffee itself is really funky, but also really classically natural in its kind of fruity and a little bit like hazelnut milk, like strawberries and hazelnut milk is how I can describe it best. This is a really interesting farm as well. It's really, really big, but they're doing a lot of different experimental processing, which allows them to come up with some interesting profiles. So this coffee is coffee from Jaguara. Jaguara is our main supplier in Brazil. It's a farm and a couple who we've really committed to and built a relationship with in Brazil that has allowed and anchored all of the other sourcing that we've done over the years. So we've been working with Jaguara for about 5 years now, and the owners are Andre and Natalia. So in this coffee, it's a much more classic Brazilian coffee. It's a natural as well, so it has fruit, but it has also that very nutty, very creamy, smooth characteristics that a lot of people are looking for their Brazils, especially for a good espresso. So this next coffee is even surprising me today on the table. It's much better than I expected. It's a concept that we have come up with of blending farms or lots from different farms from within one family. It's the same family that create the Jaguara or own the Jaguara farm that we've been working with, as well as Andre's father, who owns a couple of other farms. So usually in a blend like this, we would expect the coffee to be good, sweet, clean, score about 85, but this coffee is really vibrant in its fruitiness, but still really, really balanced. It's also a natural coffee, and the name of the coffee is a Familia Garcia Lot 2. So this next coffee is another blend called Familia Garcia, like the concept we spoke about earlier. The idea is that the coffee comes from different farms within one family. This coffee in particular is a really classic Brazil with a lot of positive nutty characteristics and really good sweetness, and very, very balanced, a very accessible coffee. Even your grandmother would drink it. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really, really miss cupping with all of you and hearing your feedback directly, but please feel free to give us an email or a call to tell us what you think of these Brazils, but any of our coffees. We're always here to chat. We look forward to cupping with you again soon.